I'm going to be showing you how to make apple pie. We're going to start by adding our materials to make the crust. We're going to want 2.5 cups of unbleached all-purpose flour, 1 teaspoon of table salt, 2 tablespoons of sugar, 12 tablespoons of cold unsalted butter, 1/2 cup of cold vegetable shortening, and 1/2 cup of cold vodka. And this is just for the pie crust materials. We're going to start by adding 1/2 cup of flour to our mixing bowl. Flour. It's 1 cup. It's 1/2 cup. We're now going to add our salt and sugar. So we're going to want 1 teaspoon of table salt. There we go. 2 tablespoons of sugar. 1, 2. Now we're going to mix our ingredients in our bowl. We're now going to add, you can go ahead and throw it in the food processor just for a little bit to mix it up. Now we're going to want to get our butter and our vegetable shortening. So we're going to start by adding our butter. We're going to want 1.5 sticks of butter. Half a stick. And our whole stick. And we're now going to add our shortening. Which is 1/2 cup. Here's our 1/2 cup. There we go. Now we can go ahead and mix our ingredients again. And I will show you what it looks like after it is all mixed up. Now that we have our mixture, we're going to separate it evenly in 2 separate bags. We're going to wrap it, put it in plastic wrap. Here is our first. I'm going to go ahead and place the rest in our plastic bag. We're now going to place these both in the refrigerator and let sit for at least 45 minutes. I'm now going to be showing you how to make the apple filling. The materials needed would be 1/2 cup of sugar, 1/2 cup of packed brown sugar, 3 tablespoons of all-purpose flour, 1 teaspoon of ground cinnamon, 1/4 teaspoon of ground ginger, 1/4 teaspoon of ground nutmeg. You're going to want 6 to 7 cups of thinly sliced apples, 1 tablespoon of lemon juice, pastry for double crust pie, 1 tablespoon of butter, and 1 large egg. So we're going to start by filling a small bowl with our sugars, flour, and spices. So right here we have we're going to add our 1/2 cup of sugar, 1/2 cup of brown sugar, 3 tablespoons of flour, 3 tablespoons of flour. Now we're going to need 1 teaspoon of ground cinnamon. Ground cinnamon. One-fourth teaspoon of ground ginger, and 1/4 teaspoon of ground nutmeg. After we have all of this in our small bowl, mix it up a little and set it to the side. Now in a large bowl, we're gonna want our apples with our lemon juice. And then we're gonna add our small bowl with our sugar mixture and toss it over for a coating. I'm going to start by filling 1 tablespoon with lemon juice. And then fill our big bowl with apples. Now we have our apples and our lemon juice in our big bowl. We're going to add the coating of our small ground up sugars. We are now going to line a 9-inch pie plate with bottom crust and trim even edge. Fill the apple mixture, dot with butter, and roll remaining crust to fit the top of the pie. Place over the filling, trim, seal, and flute the edges. Cut slits in the crust. Beat egg white until foamy. Brush over the crust, sprinkle with sugar, cover edges loosely with foil, and we're going to bake at 375 for 25 minutes. We're then going to remove the foil and bake until crust is golden brown and filling is bubbly. Okay, so I'm going to show you what it looks like after taking it out of the oven. Now that we've stirred our bowl, we're going to then add the remaining 1 cup of flour as we are mixing. We're also going to sprinkle in our vodka and water over our mixture. We're going to continue doing this and stirring until we have the thickness that we want. And we're going to divide the dough into 2 even balls and flatten each into a 4-inch disc. Wrap each in a plastic wrap and refrigerate for at least 45 minutes. I will show you what that looks like after. Our pie is now ready to be put into the oven, and I will show you what it looks like afterwards. I just took the pie out after 25 minutes, and it's got a perfect golden crust. Here it is.